Welcome to another episode of Off the Clock with Mo. Today I had the honor of doing this podcast with a long time shit. We go back like car seats and backs. We went to high school together. You know, we went to high school together. He was like, I think I was just a freshman when he in his graduating year.
Got you.
So I just want to thank Howell for coming on the podcast. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you,
Appreciate
sir.
it. Thank you, man. I gave out, not the call, but I sent out the DM. I don't want to pause, but I was in the DM, pause.
We ain't got to do that. We know who he is. It's cool. The back signal came on and bam.
Yeah. And I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I said a date, you say, cool, I'll be there.
For sure.
And here you are, like I was saying earlier, man. The day has been a trying day for my damn self.
Whew.
And I know you said it was one for you too.
I'm recovering right now.
Yeah, man. I got up this morning trying to be productive. Tried to go to the barber shop. Barber never showed up. Tried to go to the AT&T store to see, take care of a couple issues with my charger and my phone. And they had like five people in there. One person they had two people working, five of us in there. One guy didn't know what he was doing. The other guy was being intimidated by someone saying that they didn't like this, didn't want that. And I'm like, I'm pressed for time. Man. I'm like, man, I got to go, man. We don't care about this shit right now. Well, do me not. Let me just exchange some shit real quick, and you can get back to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't gonna ask you no questions other than let me get this over here and let me pay for it and be out the door. But I had to leave there. And then I get home and had to feed and walk Maverick. And then I think that's when my luck changed, because just as I was coming back home from walking Maverick, you pulled up.
Yes, sir.
So I think my luck is going to change.
Definitely.
Yeah. So how's your day been? Has it been as crazy as mine?
No, because mine got off to a slow start. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm recovering from a surprise party last night, and it's going pretty good. I just know I ain't really ready to drink. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But other than that, yeah, it's been productive.
Oh, that's what's up.
Productive.
That's what's up. Like I told everybody, we go back, to our high school days. Like when I was a freshman, you was a senior, and Taylor, and
yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people really understand Taylor. As far as I know it's a suburb. But Taylor's a different type of suburb. It's pretty damn big too.
Yeah.
Taylor is huge. It's pretty damn big, and you got 3, 4, 5 different sections of Taylor depending on where you staying at.
That's true. That is very true.
You got in Taylor. You got the Kentucky Taylor side.
Yep.
You got the black folk, the hood side.
Yeah.
You got the I call it, well, I didn't call it, but I like to think of it as these niggas over here got a little something.
Yeah.
So I may have thought they did and didn't, or they didn't and did. Yeah. But Taylor just so sectioned up, and then when we was in school, you saw a lot of them sections in one building.
Definitely.
With no windows.
Definitely saw that.
Yeah,
definitely saw that.
That shit didn't have no windows. That school didn't have
didn't have no walls either.
No, they didn't have no
walls in there.
No
we had
windows,
like bookshelves separating the classroom, so I could hear you over there laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it was in Taylor. But I like my experience with Taylor because it was like how we got to America. It's like we had people coming from Detroit, from Inkster, from Romulus, from everywhere. And we just all meshed in this one area.
Right. Yeah, especially like you said, especially black folks. It didn't matter where you came from, or you was, we had to stick together.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? We really had to stick together, but at the same time,
I learned that from the Davises, but go ahead. The Davises, you know what I'm saying? They set a standard like. It's like, all right, man.
Yeah, man. Shit, it didn't matter what grade you was in. You had one of them in your class. It didn't matter what grade you was in.
That's true.
If you was a class of 94, 93, 92, 91, 90, 89, 88, 87, it was a Davis in that class.
You are absolutely right. For real. Yes. Respect. Respect for sure.
Right.
For sure.
You know, because I stayed over there in the hood part of Taylor. You know, back in the day it was called Pine Ridge, aka Crack Ridge, and then Ridge Block, and now it's called the Pines. And you stayed where?
I was in Westminster.
What was that like in Westminster? I thought y'all was privileged over there.
We was kind of privileged, but we was right. Like we couldn't really act up because the police station was right there across the street from us.
Right.
So we really couldn't act up like that. Now we got it. We was doing what we was doing over there. But like Westminster, it was what it was, man. It was what it was. You know, everybody got allowed they sections of the city, so to speak. In Taylor. So, but we
Because what was I know it was you, Quick, Chop, Book, Turk,
Dave Turner,
and it was a couple other. I think they may have been even a couple other guys that was there that was like probably graduated in 90. 89 and 90 that was over that I wasn't too familiar with.
It was some guys when I got out there, because I got out there in 88. So it was people. Like, it was a guy named Nate that he was a older guy. He went to Truman. You name it. It was some older guys out there before I got out. Right. Older people, period.
Yeah.
You know, Trevor Wormley, the Wormley family. They was out there. James, Don, like these people that was just in the neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I seen them like in passing. A couple times we hang out, whatever, but they wasn't like constants in my life.
Yeah. Because you said you got there in 88. Where did you come from?
I came from Detroit. From Cooley.
Oh, okay.
That's a whole different story. Like,
how did you end up leaving from the city and finding Taylor? I think everybody got a unique story on coming to Taylor from.
I don't want to get into it. but okay, so to make a short story short, man, I got kicked out of DPS.
Okay.
Period. Like, I can't go to school in the city no more.
For what, being silly?
Nah.
You was always silly as hell to me.
No. Yeah, I mean, I was dealing with a lot, man. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to figure it out. Like,
yeah.
I mean, just like Detroit was. I'm not from Detroit. I'm from Buffalo, New York.
So you from Buffalo, New York?
Yeah, man. That's where I was born. So when I got here, it was a back and forth type thing. I done been to California, Chicago.
Well, Rick James was your favorite artist.
And matter of fact, one of his side pieces stayed across the street from my grandmother. But we ain't gonna get into all that. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna get into all that. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's how I got here. I had gotten into some trouble, man. Honestly, I got kicked out of every school I went to, including Truman.
You got kicked out of? I thought you graduated.
I did.
You got kicked out of Truman?
But I didn't get a chance to walk across the stage.
Oh, okay.
I graduated.
Yeah.
I got my paperwork.
Yeah, I thought you graduated.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I just didn't get a chance to walk across the stage.
Damn, I didn't know you were getting in trouble like that at school. Well, then again, I was a freshman. I was still walking with my head down.
I was cool. Like, yeah. I was misunderstood. I'm gonna put it to you like that. I was misunderstood growing up. So yeah.
Yeah, because I remember, because when I met Quick and knew Quick, and then of course then it was Quick and Book and Chop, especially Chop, and then it was you and Turk. Not so much Turk. I didn't really deal with Turk so much or see him around like that so much. Okay. But I just remember it was just, for the most part, who I seen mostly was Quick, you, Book, and Chop, for the most part.
In the neighborhood.
Yeah. And then when we was in school, I just remember, you was like the class clown, like making everybody. You had this high top fade and shit, and you would just be running around doing crazy shit. Motherfuckers be laughing. I think your haircuts had hearts in them and shit like that in there and things like that. I thought you was like just one cool, funny motherfucking person.
I was, though. Yeah. I was. I ain't gonna lie, I was. I'm not gonna lie, I was. I was a cool dude. I mean, I was dealing with a lot, though. You know what I'm saying? But I got around, you know what I'm saying? I was cool. Like you said, you was hanging with Quick. So like that's how I knew you. Like we would run into each other mainly on the basketball court.
Oh, yeah.
If I ain't see you at school, we was playing hoop.
Right.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere we was hooping. So now it's kind of like, you know, I'm like, okay, if we gonna play then, like, make sure he ain't on the other team. Cause he is in the way. Like this dude right here is tough. He's tough and he's unapologetic out here on this court. Like for real, he's a bully out here. Like for real. So that's how I like, okay, so you know, I gonna be there.
I had to know my place, and I figured, you know, if everybody I played with could always just score. I ain't had the best handles. I ain't had the best all this. I mean, I could score. I could get to the basket. I could do things like. But if we running fives and three people can score, 4 people can get a bucket. And like, well, shit. Why not to get the rebound and give them another chance? You know, why not? Why not? You know, play defense and get a steal or get someone frustrated and then give them another chance. You know, because my big guy, even though growing up, David Robinson was my favorite player.
Okay,
but Dennis Rodman was what I wanted to play like.
Wanted to?
Yeah, just defensive rebounds.
Hold on, wanted to
yeah.
Or did? Did you?
I wanted to.
No, you did.
I may have, but that's the reason why.
All right.
Yeah, I just wanted to grab the rebounds. I just wanted to play defense, and I wanted to talk shit.
And you did that. While you playing, you did that. Like for real. Like me, I was a little dude. I could get to the basket at will.
Right.
I never went to the basket when you was down there. Never. Because you wasn't no little dude.
Right.
So it was like, okay, let me learn how to get this mid-range jumper. Like go in there and then just pull up this little mid-range jumper. Because he down there in that paint. And it wasn't, there was no lane for me down there.
That's what my job was, and I took pride in doing it.
It's funny, you used to say Dennis Rod because you was a menace down there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like for real. Like you was a menace down there, like he gonna get rebounds. You come to that hole, you're not gonna get an easy basket, bro.
Nah, you know, we was watching the bad boys play back then. You know, we was watching. That was the bad boy era, and with Dennis Rodman and Bill Lambert and all them.
Definitely.
Yeah. I ain't want to score no more.
I feel you. I mean, man, by you saying that, it's like, yeah, he was that guy. Like it wasn't no like just brutal stuff, but it was just like he letting you know, don't come down here. And then the defense, like you can't move him. You gotta outwork him. You gotta get around him because he's there. Like it's like, I don't know. I mean, that's just me talking as a little guy.
I'm gonna take a shot to that. Take a shot to don't come down here.
Don't come down in the paint. If you're down there, it's not gonna be an easy basket. Trust me.
Because you know, and then I remember you was like one of the first people that got a job at Ford.
Yep.
Yeah, you like, I'm like, damn, how your ass get a job at?
Yep. That's because my family worked there for it. But before then, like I've always had good jobs.
Yeah.
Like I had a job. I was working for the city of Taylor, Park and Recreations. Like I was driving the big lawnmowers, cutting the community center. The parks on what street was that? Was it Wick?
Oh, what the Department of Public Services?
I don't know if that's what it was. No, I work where, you know where the community center was?
Yeah.
What was that? Sheridan or whatever it was called?
Yeah, I remember. I remember what it's not. I mean, it's still there, but it's not what it used to be.
Right. It's not what it used to be.
Yeah, that's where the baseball
farm and all that.
Yeah.
I worked
Heritage Park.
Heritage Park.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I worked there driving them big lawnmowers and stuff in that city. And the thing was, minimum wage was like $3.65 back then.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
And we was making like $6 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from 3 to 11.
Ooh wee.
So I had a truck. I was driving the truck, like the city of Taylor truck, the green truck with the word Taylor and the little city on it. I was driving that back to the apartments. You know, coming home getting lunch.
Right.
Everybody looking like, oh, this he done made it. You know, it was crazy. But yeah, that was a seasonal job.
Yeah.
And then I got the job at Ford, and
I'm like, damn, he done got a job at Ford. You done got married, got a baby. I'm like, damn, I want to be like Jay. Shit, I want to work at Ford. I want me to explore. Oh shit, I'm ready to come up.
Man,
I'm like, damn, this motherfucker be. I mean, I never knew all the other little back stuff that was going on with the trouble and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? That's just, for me, that's just how when you young and impressionable, you see the surface.
got you.
You know what I'm saying? You don't see inside. You know what I'm saying? And even today, even as adults, a lot of adults just look at the surface. You don't see everything that someone either had to go through or been through to be where they at.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because how many kids you got now?
I got 2. My son turned 25 yesterday.
Yeah, by the because you married what's her name?
My high school sweetheart.
Yeah, your high school sweetheart. Y'all got both kids together, or just the one?
Both.
Oh, okay. Then. How long was y'all married?
14 years.
Oh, okay.
14 years.
Ooh, yeah, that's quite a bit of time. I was married at one time for probably about that same amount of time.
Okay.
Yeah, I got all girls, but
okay.
Yeah, I got all girls. It's crazy having.
I'm glad I had my daughter first, though. I will honestly say that.
Because how old is she now?
My daughter, she'll be 30 next month.
Oh wow, dang.
So, yeah, but I'm glad I had her first instead of my son.
Why you say that?
Because my mind wasn't right. It's like when my daughter came, it softened me up as a person. Mm-hmm. Like I would, if my son had been born, and I don't like saying this, I know my son probably wouldn't be alive right now if he came first, because I would have put all this anger I had in me in him.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So by her coming, it made me prepare myself for him. Like she just moved me. Like it was a whole thing, because it was weird. I ain't gonna say it was weird. Like I was born on Mother's Day.
Okay.
In May. So my daughter was born on Father's Day.
Oh wow.
The 21st. My son was born on Mother's Day.
Oh wow.
When he was born. So it's just like the numerology that goes with it all.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is all working out for the good. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's something else. I mean, like you said, girls soften guys up.
Oh, definitely.
I know that shit. I had 3 of them. Shit, man.
Woo. Now they say you must have been hard on the women because you got all girls.
Shit.
That's what they say.
That's what I mean. Shit. I grew up in a house with just with women all the time.
Okay.
When I was younger and I lived with my grandparents for the most part. I mean, even though my grandfather was there, I had 2 uncles that was there too. They was much older than me.
Okay.
So my uncles was never there. My grandfather was at work, so it was just me, my grandmother, and my auntie. Because my auntie only like 8 years older than I am. So everywhere she went, I had to go. I was riding a 10-speed at 5 years old because I had to go everywhere she went. She couldn't go nowhere without me. So it was a girl's 10-speed. Because I couldn't ride the boy 10-speed. It was 5. No, it had to been 7.
Because that pole would have killed you.
Yeah,
bro.
I wouldn't have been able to reach the pedal because I had to get on the rock to get on the bike.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then when I met my ex-wife, she had already had a daughter. She was 4 years old. Okay. And then even before that, and then with my mother, it was my mother and my sister. So then once again, now I'm the only guy in the house again, and it's frustrating as hell because as a man, as a boy going into a young man, becoming a man, you start feeling certain type of things. You don't even know what these feelings is.
That's true.
You don't even know what testosterone. They say it's testosterone, but you don't even know what testosterone is.
That's true.
And it's you trying to find your way in manhood. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And I would buck up against my mother sometime because to me certain shit just didn't make no damn sense because I don't know if it's because it was coming from a woman's side and since I'm not a girl, I just didn't understand, or I was just being defiant just because I was a man and I wanted to be heard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then with my ex-wife, like I said, I met my ex-wife. She had already had a daughter that was 4 years old, and then we had 2 more kids. Okay. So now here I am again, the only man in the house where I had to get a damn dog to get a guy in the house. Every dog I had was a boy.
I got you.
Yeah, but like you said, them girls, you know, when you have your own girls, they soften you up.
Definitely.
Yeah, you know. Definitely. Yeah, and how did your daughter soften you up? What did you do that you wouldn't have done normally had your daughter came first and softened you up?
Well, it all started because I was playing hoop when the call came in. So when I got home, my ex-wife's cousin told me, you got to go to the hospital because, you know, she about to be born. So she was born in Wyandotte. So I drove out there. But to actually see her come into the world, that to me was just like an experience in itself. Right. Like I could see it now. Like it was an experience in itself. And then I made on both my children, I made a mental promise to God. Like when I cut the umbilical cord for my kids, I basically said, like, my ex-wife, who was my wife at the time, you carried this child. So from this point forward, me cutting this umbilical cord, I'm going to feed and take care of this kid. Because you did it for 9 months through this tube. Yeah. Not saying she didn't do it afterwards. She did do that. But I made that promise. Right. So to me, doing that, it was kind of like I was blessed through that. Mm-hmm. When she got here, it was just, I don't know, man. It was something different. Even when the ultrasound, when she did the ultrasound before she was born, I had a dream about this baby. And it was a black and white picture. Yeah. And the baby looked like Tweety Bird. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. The baby looked like Tweety Bird. And there was a little baby with a big old head. So when she did the ultrasound and I seen it, I froze in the room because I'm like, this is the dream I saw. Yeah. So now I'm like, okay, this is it's a purpose behind this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when she was born, it quick to tell you, bro. Like when my daughter got here, bro, I changed as a person. Yeah. I wasn't that hot dude. I wasn't that quick to go get, you know what I'm saying? Like I had changed completely. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that comes with that. Right. If I can share that with you, you know what I'm saying? It's like you met me at that time. Like you said, you didn't know where I came from. Uh-huh. But first, I'm the firstborn, first grandchild. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of responsibility on me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loved on me because I was the firstborn grandchild. I had a lot of responsibility. Everybody loved on me. I was good. Me too. You know what I'm saying? I was good. I was loved as an individual, but I was moved around a lot, and I was always a new kid in the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. So being a new kid everywhere, I'm talking about different cities, different states. Yeah. You the new kid, and you always got them kids that want to punk and hold a new kid. Mm-hmm. So my cousins was way older than me. I didn't have nobody. Yeah. But I could box. I was good with my hands. Right. So now it's like I'm in different neighborhoods. When this situation arises where you want to show me that you want to hold me or whatever the case may be, I got to do you dirty, bro, because I got to set an example for everybody else in the neighborhood. Like, don't fuck with him because he, you know what I'm saying? He ain't playing. So that something that I had to go through. Yeah. To where it's now you're being called intimidating and this, that, and the third, like your eyebrows and walking around like this all the time. I was constantly thinking. Mm-hmm. So I had to learn how to move in these environments, bro. That's why I became the Joker, as they call me, because I was always, you know, smiling, having fun, doing stuff. But my friends know, and I'm not proud of that shit. Like, if they need my help, man, I got y'all. Yeah. And it's vice versa. They was the same way. Right. I built them kind of relationships with people. Oh yeah, yeah. You know, I kind of. It's funny how sometimes, you know, when you do these podcasts and you talk to people and people that you don't know, but you, like I said earlier, you don't know. You know, you just know that you just see the surface. You don't know the interior. For sure. And almost damn near like sometimes you find yourself your life running parallel with other people. Cause you know, like you said, you was the first grandchild born. First grandchild. You know what I'm saying? I was the first grandchild born. You know what I'm saying? I was the first grandchild for 6 years. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And then my sister came, and then, you know, then everybody else came. But see, the one thing with me is that I'm so much older than all my other cousins. Because if I'm 6 years older than my sister, then my next oldest cousin on my mother's side, because I don't really know my father's side like that, it's like I'm 10 years older than him. Okay.
And then it goes on like that. You know what I'm saying? So I've always, been the one to call or look up to or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's a huge responsibility. You got to babysit every damn body. Me, my uncle and his wife, uncle's girlfriend, they going out. My mama gotta watch the kids. Gotta watch the kids. Gotta watch the kids. My mom, everybody, they had company come over and everybody bring their kids over. Make sure don't nobody get in trouble.
Yep.
Maurice keep everybody in line.
Yep.
I'm like, God, I can't have no fun.
That's the responsibility.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's a huge responsibility, and then and to get back, even talking about even with your daughter, with my kids, and I was there to see my kids born. You know what I'm saying? I was one time I was working at Hertz. I got the call that my daughter was born. Just left work, went to the hospital.
Yep.
I was and then my youngest daughter, when she was born, I was working a driving job, and I was on my way to either Lansing or Grand Rapids. I was like damn near there, and I got a call that she was born. And it was my ex-wife was in the hospital, was going to the hospital, was on her way to the hospital, and I called like, "Hey, I'm about to drive. Hey, I'm about to bring this load back, or y'all gonna have somebody come out here and finish this route."
Right.
And they brought somebody back to finish this route, and I took the car that they had and took it back to the job, got in my car, and went to the hospital.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And just and when you are an active father, and you there from day one, from the day I was there when you came, when you was conceived, I was there the day you came out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still here now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That says a lot, regardless of what race, religion, color, anything you are as a man. You know what I'm saying? When you can be right there for your children's birth and you can throw everything down, you just continue doing that shit for the rest of your damn life. You need, all right, here. Like, for real, do you really need that? Or you just want this? I don't even answer the question. Here I come. There, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the part of that softening up, for a man, because I used to be pissed off a lot about certain shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because I was just the only guy in the house, and I just had all this. I was always upset sometimes just because shit. I got two women all the time, against me. You know what I'm saying? Because everything makes sense to them, but it don't make no sense to me. Who on my side?
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
And that shit, when I had my daughters, that it just, changed a lot. Like I know I asked you what was one of the things that you changed, or that some of the things that you didn't do that you would have done with a child. But with my children, I tell people all the time, when my kids would get in trouble, my first option was never give them a whooping. I got whoopings.
Wow.
I never gave my children. They, don't get me wrong. It ain't like they never got spankings, but I never made that the go-to.
Yeah.
I never made it because I never wanted my girls to feel like if you do anything wrong, it's okay for this man to hit you.
Wow.
Because it's gonna go from me. Because it's gonna go from me to another man. You know what I'm saying? Where she's gonna be thinking, all right, my daddy used to hit me when I did something wrong. Now this man can hit me when I do something wrong, and I'm okay with that.
Right. And man, that's the same reason why I didn't whip my daughter.
Yeah.
I never wanted her to be comfortable with a man raising his voice at her. Like I never yelled at my daughter, and I spanked her maybe once.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I never wanted her to be comfortable. Excuse me, with a man putting his hands on her or yelling at her.
Right. No, I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel you on that, and I can completely agree with that. And then too, like when you said like you was walking around angry, like Mo, I saw that you was always just that. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Even like I said on the hoop court, I'm like, this dude, he plays with a chip. Whatever the case may be. So by you saying that, it all makes sense now. Like you said, you know people for a long time, but you never know. Like you say, you know the surface level of people, but you don't know the in-depth story on what they've been through and what's going on, or you know what I'm saying in that aspect. So by you saying that, it's like, okay, so that's why he was tough coming up, and I get it.
Right.
I get it because I'm like, man, it's kind of like I'm the same person, like being the oldest or the firstborn, and just like you the protector. You all this stuff was put in you,
right?
And then like I was raised around a bunch of women. Like my sister, my cousin was born 2 to 3 years after me. Then my sister was born 3 years. So it's like the next boy didn't come till maybe 5, 6 years after that, but I had already moved.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of like you in a different land. Now this is an adjustment for me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm always protecting my sister.
Right.
Like regardless. And then we get separated and it's like I'm doing me, but I'm still thinking like we're my sister. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On that type of thing. So when we was in high school, my little brother was born. They thought that was my kid. And then other people thought it was my sister's kid.
Oh, wow.
So my little brother that everybody know, they thought that was our kid.
Oh, wow.
So shortly after that, my sister had her own kid.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, we was different. We was some oddities back in the day. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But you know, I think you know, when I look back at a lot of that shit, man, and when people say, you know, I just had a regular normal family. Back in the day, I would look at regular normal family that nobody has no problems. But today, as I done got older, a regular family has problems.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, that's a regular family. Now, if you got a family that don't nobody had no problems, I don't trust y'all.
That's dysfunctional.
Yeah.
To not have problems is dysfunctional.
I don't trust y'all. So
Yeah.
you won't know a bad situation when it looks dead in your eyes.
Them psychotic people. Them
Yeah.
psychotic, bro. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
They ain't processing they emotions and stuff properly. Like, y'all had no problems?
Right.
Yo, it's perfect?
Nah, yeah, shit.
Where they do this at?
I wish I didn't have no problems, but shit, they there.
I mean, problems build character.
Yeah, they do.
And they help you problem solve.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't have no problems and you ain't got nothing to solve, you just walking around thinking everything willy-nilly.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get lost in that fantasy world. So when reality hits you, you don't know how to deal with it.
Right.
But
yeah.
When you have these problems and adversity in your life, man, like you make a way. So now you know in any situation, I can make a way.
Mm-hmm.
And we get lost sometimes. Like sometimes we be like, man, how am I gonna get out of this one?
Yeah, oh yeah.
How did I get in this situation? But sure enough, bro, like you got past it. You got out of it.
Oh yeah.
You know, and at some point you get to an age to where when you look at things, you know that you can get out of it. So it's kind of like, not to veer off the subject, but it's like when you break up with a female, like you broke up with a female before.
Yeah.
Like process them emotions and get past it.
Right.
Don't sit and wallow in it and just think about all the things. Like it is what it is, bro. Like you've been here before.
Right.
It's not the end of the world.
Right. I tell people all the time, you know, these problems is temporary. The shit ain't gonna last forever.
It's not. It can't.
No, it can't last forever
unless you keep creating.
Yeah. It can't last forever. I mean, it's supposed to hurt.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna last forever. You probably don't even remember the problems you went through at 10, 11 years old. You went through some problems, but you got over the shit, and then you kept moving forward. These problems not gonna last forever.
True.
You know, and they constantly gonna come and go. They constantly gonna come, and the shit that you love the most, for the most part, not gonna last forever either.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, I wish the Bad Boys could have lasted forever, but they ain't last forever. You know what I'm saying? And life just continues to move on. And you know, even when even talking with our daughters, about our daughters. You know, one thing about girls, well, you got to treat them like a delicate flower. Definitely, because they get mad at you. Boy, shit. You. I mean, it's one thing being in the doghouse with your spouse,
but your daughter.
But you in the doghouse with your daughter or daughters.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, that's a whole man. Goddamn, you got to tiptoe around how you gonna say something. Cause I got one daughter that she just got a free spirit. She just got this free spirit. Don't nothing bother her as far as, like I say, this shit ain't gonna last forever, so I ain't gonna worry about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got another daughter that all her mind do is just constantly just move. And she asked me for advice. I tell her, well, then she'll be like, I don't. What about? I'm like, what I really want to say is, why the fuck you asked me? That's what I really want to say in my mind. But in my head, I'm like, look, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this. We done this before, and I still love you. I'm putting everything out there. I'm putting everything out there. I mean, I mean it. But what I also mean is, I can't say what I also mean too. You know what I'm saying? Because if I had a boy, I could probably say that shit. What the fuck you keep bothering me for? With a girl, you can't do that. You know, I got my youngest daughter. You know, she's always been that girly girl. Always been that girly girl. My other two have been like tomboyish, but feminine at the same time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But my youngest daughter, she's like girly girl.
Okay.
It wasn't no raising your voice. It wasn't no chastising, because the minute you did it, she was gonna shut down and then cry. I'm like, oh, stop. No, I ain't mean like that. I ain't mean like that. No, I ain't. What I meant was, what I'm trying to say is, and now here she is crying. I'm doing everything possible to stop this cry. Okay. And when other people would say, look, when her sisters would say, you know, girls say mean shit to each other. Why would y'all say that? Y'all know she gonna, you know, and that's just what girls, you know, do to you. Daughters have a way of pulling on your heartstrings.
Oh yeah. You know, I love my boy. Don't get me wrong. That's my guy. That's my guy. I raised myself. You know, but them girls, it's a reason for it. That's why they say daddy's girls. Yeah. You know, mama's boys. It's like it's a healthy balance in that situation, because to me, it's like I'm her first example. Yeah. Of a man. Right. You know what I'm saying? So how I conduct myself and what I do around her is like, it's what's going to guide her through her life. Mm-hmm. Now you get some that veer off, you know, you're like you said, your dad be a hard-working 9-to-5 man, but she want to date the dope boy. Yeah. But that's a thrill-seeking type thing. When you get older, that'll kind of burn out. Right. But then you have some that always chase that. It is what it is in that case. Mm-hmm. But as fathers, like, we have to really we their first example, man. And we try to make it as healthy as possible. And we don't even know what we're doing. Yeah. Yeah, you know, and I tell people a lot of times, you know, especially, you know, with guys having children who didn't have a father in the household, you know, like you said, you don't know what you're doing. You still trying to figure your way through this shit. As a man, it's trial and error. If you didn't live in a house with a man and had a constant male role model, a lot of people sit up here and say, you know, this is Mother's Day, as a matter of the day before Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. My mother played both mother and father. You know, your mother played mother and nurturer, and she did everything to raise you right. She did everything to make sure you're gonna be a good person. But it's hard to raise a boy into a man as a woman, because the way we deal with adversity is gonna be totally different. True. You know what I'm saying? The way we deal with shit is gonna be totally different than how, you know, your mother's gonna deal with stuff. If you got a man in the household, I mean, let's just alleviate the motherfuckers that's abusive and constantly coming home drunk and beating on your mama. We ain't talking about them. We talking about that man that's doing his job, going to work every day, running his own business every day, you know, doing, you know, where people are always counting on him on a regular basis, where he's the main resource for everybody. Sometimes it may be for his own household, and sometimes it may be for someone else's household, being your mother, you know, being your sister, being whomever. Call up Jay, he got it. Call up Jay, he know what to do. Call up Mo, he'll get it done for you. Know that man right there. Uh-huh. You know what I'm saying? And when you never had that example, everything is trial and error. If you never had that example growing up as a man, that shit is trial and error. It is. You know, and I don't think, you know, a lot of people don't understand when you dealing with a young boy growing into a young man, into manhood, this is what he's going through. And then when you have your own family, you still going through it, because you don't necessarily know what it is to be in a house with a man and a woman. You the man, she the woman, these the children, and you don't know that dynamic. You know what I'm saying? And all of this shit is trial and error. Yes, all you doing is going off of what your mama taught you.
And a lot of times your mama was yelling at you.
As a man,
yeah.
As a boy,
yeah. As a boy, get down here and wash these dishes.
Yeah.
Do these chores. Yeah. Get down here and take this trash out.
I didn't have to go through that.
If you had a man, boy, just do the shit so your mama, so I can have a good day. Do the shit so I need a good day. Boy, I'm trying to get something. You don't tell your son, I'm trying to get something tonight. Just do what she's trying to do. What she's saying. Your mama says she's gonna do the good thing. I like.
Yeah. And I get that. I can. Okay, so let me say this. Like my dad, my mother and father separated when I was young. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, like, I kind of put this on my grandfather. Like, my mama always had gentlemen around me and like us as kids, like, period. Like, it wasn't no suckers. It wasn't no suckers around us. And I can say that too about my aunts. Like, my aunts have always been around gentlemen. Like, they ain't been in no abusive relationships. No sucker ass niggas, like, you know what I'm saying, leeching and living off of them. Like, they've always had dudes that it was a bar set. And they stood to those standards. Now, I've had those examples in my life to whereas, you know, I know what a man do, this, that, and the third. But me growing up, it's like I always wanted to make it a little bit easier for my mama. So I didn't have a problem getting up and cutting the grass, raking the leaves. Like, my job was to clean the bathroom. My sister did the kitchen. Like, we kept our rooms clean. We cooked for ourselves because my mama went to work. She was working at Ford. Right. So when she got home, all she had to do was go to sleep. Yeah. So we learned how to be self-sufficient. And she really didn't have much to worry about. So, but even the men, like, she dealt with, like, they wasn't no suckers, man. For real. Like, and I appreciate that. Oh yeah. You know, so I can't say I had it bad. I would never say that. It's like you said, it's a learning experience. But the male examples in my life, and don't get me wrong, man, I've seen some crazy stuff out here. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. People do what they do, you know. But for the most part, it's like, take care of your business, man. Like your family, like the women in the family. Like, it's a lot more women. Like, I only got one uncle. That's the twin with my mama. Right. And then I got 4 aunts. Oh, see. Three. I'm sorry, 3 of them. There's 5 of them all together. So he was gone. Okay. He went to jail. So I had to grow up out here. My cousins and them was all older than me. And then the ones that was in the immediate circle, they was younger than me. So I had to get out here and get it. Yeah. Anyway, you know, I'm talking about delivering newspapers, raking leaves for money, cutting grass, like from 8 up until I could actually legally work. Like, I've always been out here hustling, doing something. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I know exactly what you're saying. You know, because even though it was just my mother and my sister and myself, you know, I had both my uncles. You know, they both worked every day. They both took care of their kids. You know, my one. You know, I got one uncle that got probably, like, I don't know, he probably got about 5, 10, 50. I don't know. Got a shitload of kids, but he always took care of them. Always took because it got to the point to where they all lived with him at one time. I think it was like 4 or 5 of them lived with him at one time. Just, you know, single father with all these kids. You know, I got another uncle that got several kids. Took care of his kids. You know what I'm saying? Now what was going on when they was at home? And I don't know. I don't know if he was chastising them or he was like me and being soft or, you know, things like that. You know, even with my mother, you know, she married a guy that went to work, you know, every single day. But by the time she married, I was already out the house. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I was already, you know, out the house and things like that. You know, I had, like you said, you had, you know, people in your life brought decent men in the circle. You know what I'm saying? So I had some decent men in the circle, but it didn't negate the fact that they wasn't in my household on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see, you know, kisses. I didn't see makeups. I didn't see, you know, these vacations, these bills. I didn't see this stuff. So now as a man being married, shit, I'm trying to navigate through this shit to figure out how to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And having girls,
you know, and being a guy, because like you said earlier, you know, you're your daughter's basically her first boyfriend. You're your daughter's first boyfriend on how
a man should treat you.
Yeah, how a man should treat you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I, you know, based off of just what you even said just now, is that you the best example that you could be for, you know, for your daughter.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I did my best to be the example for my daughters. How good of an example that was, I don't know, but I think it was pretty damn good. Ain't nobody got no kids, and ain't nobody got no. Well, my oldest, she got one, but don't nobody have 4 and 5 different baby daddies and shit like that. You know, ain't nobody out here hoeing. You know what I'm saying? They all out here being productive, and when your kids are being productive, I mean that's a blessing in itself.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
They understood the assignment.
Yeah, and everything you put into them, even though you didn't see, even though you don't necessarily see it, they retained it.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? With their own little spin.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I had to go through a mental process dealing with my kids because like growing up, I was trying to, you know, show them like finances and instill in them. I was taught by my grandfather to spend both sides of the dollar. Now that may not make sense to some people.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't make sense to me when he said that. But when he say spend both sides of the dollar, like, you know, there's a front and a back to a dollar.
Yeah.
Get your money's worth.
Right.
So what I'm saying is like I pretty much taught my kids this. So it's kind of like she'll be 30 next month. He turned 25. And since they've actively been out in the world working, they never call. And for a long time, I ain't gonna lie to you, for a long time, I was like, damn, do my kids love me? Like, do they, you know what I'm saying? Like, why y'all don't, you know what I'm saying? Why y'all don't kick it with old man? Like, but then they had to reassure me, like, bro, what you taught us, we doing it. Like, that's why we love you. They send me a text every now and again, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I know they living their lives.
Yeah.
But for a long time, I was kind of like, damn, did I mess up?
Yeah.
But they like, man, what you instilled in us, we got this from here. Yeah. They don't call me and ask me for nothing.
When that comment you just said, do they still love me? I felt that one.
You know what I'm saying?
I felt that one.
Yeah.
I know what that feeling feels like. You know, I know, I cold-heartedly know what that feeling feels like when your kids is out there doing their thing, making their life turn, making things happen.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, damn, I don't get no calls, I don't get no texts, I don't get no shit. I find myself getting my feelings. I send a text all do y'all love me still?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Did I do something wrong? Did you hate me? And they like, nah, man, you good. I'm like, okay, well, hi. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay.
And but you know what my confirmation was, it could have been yours too, is that from time to time, they still come home to check on a nigga from time to time.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like with my daughter, my youngest daughter that live with me now. She was like, she used to live in Waterford. She used to work out there because she went to school at Oakland University. So she had a job out there as well. So she went to school in Oakland, graduated, got a job out there. And then when she got a job out here at Truman, that's Taylor High School now, she was like, Dad, can I move in with you? I was shit, you ain't gotta ask me, can you move in? Just let me know when you're coming.
There you go.
Just let me know when you're coming. And that right there is a validation of, well, shit, all right, she still love me. You know, my middle child always calling me, asking me for advice on this, that, and the third, and what about this, and invited me to, she just got baptized, invited me to her baptism and things like that.
Okay.
I'm like, I guess I'm doing something right.
Yeah,
you know, my oldest daughter, you know, my stepdaughter, she, you know, when she got time and we having this get together, come over, she getting a house built. I need you to come over. Her and her fiance getting a house built. He was at work, and then she, you know, she asked me to come with her to go to look at the house as they was building, to ask questions.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I guess I did something right here. And shit, I mean, granted they don't want me in their life every damn day. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to hang with an old nigga like me. but it feels good, you know, when they call. You know what I'm saying? When they come, you know what I'm saying? That gives you a warmy, fuzzy feeling and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then like we was talking, you know, a couple of days ago, you know, about these younger women dating these much older men. Because you put all the work in them, you put all the work in, or you didn't put no work in, and then you find your child dating, or just not just your child, but any woman dating much older women. I mean, much older men, and vice versa. I ain't talking about like 5-year difference. I ain't even talking about a 10-year difference. I'm talking about like 20, 30-year differences here, where you ain't got nothing in common all damn there.
It can't work though.
Yeah.
It can't work depending on where y'all at mentally. Like, again, you got to look at it as, what is she looking for? Is she looking for a good time, or is she looking for security? Mm-hmm. And sometimes you can get both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you have these, then they want to look at it as these older guys dating these younger women. The women do it too. Women do the same thing with these younger guys. I think in some cases, an older man dating a younger woman, like if he's mature, like he's basically, it sounds like a perverted daughter-daddy relationship, to where he's trying to teach her how to be a woman, or he could be grooming her to be a woman for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because in some cases, the older women, and that's not a knock against them, is that they've been through what they've been through. And like they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Let's apply that to both sides of the fence now. Because women will say, oh, he an old dog. Okay, lady, you old too. And we can't teach you no new stuff.
You a cougar.
Either. Yeah. No, well, I don't know about that. Well, but see, that's acceptable though.
Yeah.
That's acceptable because they can be cougars. They can be older women dating younger men.
We just can't be an older dog.
No, we sugar daddies.
Yeah, we sugar daddies.
We sugar daddies. Yeah. So basically, when we dating younger women, we are a bag. We are a come up, a good time. That's why we get sugar daddy. Now, cougars, that's just flat out sex.
In a PlayStation.
Yeah. So let's define these titles that we giving each other. If I'm a sugar daddy, I'm spending money on her, making sure she have a good time. You a cougar, what are you doing? Are you trying to be like his mama? Yeah. You cooking for him. You giving him sex. You got him a PlayStation. And you let him take your car.
And melatonin. Because go ahead and have a good time. Throw this melatonin in your food. Now you is sleepy now.
That's manipulation.
Now here I am. Like damn, Barbara. Barbara, I'm tired. Barbara, I'm gonna call the guys. I can't make it.
That's manipulation.
All right, sugar.
That's manipulation.
Yeah,
it is. but we get the bass like with the Shannon Sharp situation. Like it's a bad light on us. And I really don't think, okay, to be 100 with you, I don't think this Shannon Sharp thing would have really been that big if she was a black girl.
I really don't think so either.
I think that color had a whole lot to do with this whole situation.
Because I think it had been a black woman, she would have been the angry black woman.
Not even that. I'm talking about the response.
Yeah, the response
from the people.
The response would have been, it wouldn't have been no response because everybody would have looked at her as being, oh, you just an angry black woman and you just bitter. It's the way they would have looked at her for coming out this way.
That's the case too.
Yeah.
But now we got to throw in the narrative. See, this is what y'all have when y'all mess around with these white girls. It's always that narrative in that situation. But I honestly think, if she was a black girl, the backlash wouldn't have been that bad.
No, I don't think so either.
I honestly don't think it would have been that bad. But by it being outside of the race, it's, I don't know, man. It's just how
I mean, but you look at a lot of people. I mean, not the only examples, but the main examples that they give are celebrities. You know what I'm saying? But these celebrities that you got to remember, shit, they got money. You know what I'm saying? You look at the Diddy's, you got money. Why wouldn't a 20-something-year-old want to be with Diddy? You know, he got money. Shit, he got endless money. Take the credit card, go shopping. You come to me like, whoa, wait a minute, I won't get paid the next week now.
Right.
And now we gotta we gotta do the pay thing. I can make 4 easy payments of how much? You know what I'm saying? But he got take the business. I don't know. Get the hell out of my damn face. I don't go on some guy. Get your friends and go on vacation. Yeah. I can't do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You look at, some people probably gonna hate this shit. but you, you look at R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
R. Kelly there was 18. There was legal.
Okay.
But a lot of people hear 18 and they hear teenager. Yeah, you are a teenager. You are 18. You are an adult. But the public hears teenager. Was he right for it or wrong? I don't know. But they gravitated to him because of what he got. Was he right about what he did? Shit, I don't know. Shit, Hugh Hefner had 6 of them on TV, parading them in front of us. I got six girlfriends here, anywhere from 19 to 22, parading them in front of us. No big deal. I get R. Kelly here, different story. He done peed on somebody. They found him not. They found him not guilty. This is the part that I be having a problem with. When we get found not guilty, we don't never just walk off in the sunset.
Nah.
We got to push. We got to push the envelope a little bit more.
Yes.
R. Kelly pushed it. He got away with peeing on a 15, 16-year-old, whatever it may, however old she may have been. It was Sparkle's, a relative of Sparkle.
Mm-hmm.
Got off on the shit and continued to record people. Throw the recorder away, go off in the sunset, fly again, and be done with the shit.
I don't condone what R. Kelly did with that young lady.
No.
However, that 15-year-old in that video, she knew what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't her first encounter. This wasn't nothing new to her. Like she's done these things before.
Right.
At that age.
Yeah.
So by the time he got a hold of her, somebody else had already groomed this girl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, again, I'm not, like I said, messing around with a 15-year-old in my 20s. I couldn't do that. But at the same time, it's like, you have to look at it as you're preparing these young girls for the world, because when they get of working, what's working age? 14?
I think it may be like 14, 15 with a work permit.
Okay, with a work permit. So now at 15, 14, you pushing this girl in the world to work. So what you're teaching her is you have to work for a living.
Mm-hmm.
And now when she gets this job, you're going to pretty much ask her to pay her own bills, whether it be her cell phone, her cable bill, or you're going to contribute to what's going on around here, or even pay her own car insurance if she has a car, whatever the case may be. You're preparing her to be an adult at that age.
Mm-hmm.
So now they go to the next level in adulthood, to where they out here having sex with men.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the same age, maybe it's older men.
Mm-hmm.
But understand, you are grooming this kid to you don't want to look at that dark side of it.
Yeah.
But you always want to keep it positive. Like, okay, she works, she's paying her own bills, she's saving money. I'm teaching her how to be a productive woman. You're grooming her to be a productive woman. So there's another side to being groomed as being a woman, and it may be too early for her to get that. Like I said, I'm not pushing this scenario, but what I'm saying is, like, that's the darker side of it.
Yeah, because now what I think is you're grooming this, regardless if it's a young lady or a young boy. You're grooming. I'm grown now.
Yeah,
I'm grown. No, you still a kid.
Yeah.
You still a kid. Look at Michael Jackson.
You grown on your parents' terms.
Yeah, look at Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was a young ass kid that was grown as hell. Because you made him grown. He supported the whole family.
Yes.
He supported the whole family at 13, 14 years old.
Yes.
Had it not been for Michael, we wouldn't know no LaToya. We wouldn't know no Jermaine. We wouldn't even know Joe.
We wouldn't know Janet. We wouldn't know Janet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like you say, when you push these children out here to do these things, and then they end up getting they end up on a field that's too big for them. Now you start dating this older man, and this older man has different wants and needs. Where if you was 14 with another 14, 15, 16-year-old kid dating, I just want to read comic books with you. I just want to go on social media and do TikToks with you.
No, not at 14.
I just want to. I just want to talk on the phone with you till one of us fall asleep.
No, yeah, we did. We did do that. Yeah, we did do that. We did do that, man.
But now you dealing with a grown ass man. This grown man want grown things.
He want grown things.
Yeah.
But the young boy did too. He just didn't know how to get to that. That's where the finger popping and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, like he looking at you like the end goal was the end goal. That I don't care what. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck with the women. Like they get mad sometimes when you say that. It's like, you know as well as I know. The reason why we interact is because of a certain situation that has to happen at some point in time.
I want to happen now.
Exactly. So if it don't happen, then I go my way, you go your way,
and I go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, and then if it do happen, we decide if we gonna deal with each other.
Yeah.
But this one end goal, we both are here. When I even say we both, but the man is definitely here for this situation.
Right.
Happen. You know what I'm saying?
And I think Lil Wayne said it best in one of his, I don't know, I can't remember what song it was, but that motherfucker said, after I come to my senses.
Ooh.
After I come to my senses. Now I pursued this, I wanted this, I did everything for this. I don't care about you now. I done came, I done come to my senses.
Again, that's the thrill seeking.
Yeah.
Like it's a thrill. And if it wasn't to your likings, the buck stops there. Like
you're dealing with a grown man.
You're dealing with a grown man.
You're not a 20-some-year-old, not even an early 30-some-year-old, maybe a mid-30 and on up. Once you hit your mid-30s and once you hit mid-30s, you're grown. In your 20s, you're an adult. Your early 30s, as a teenager, you're a young adult. Once you hit your 20s, 25, you're an adult. 25 is like 32, 33. You're still a young adult. And then once you hit like 33, 34, 35, now, in the perfect world, you're a grown ass individual now. You got responsibilities out of this motherfucking world that just popped up on your ass one day. You didn't even know it. The same way you don't know the last day you played hide and seek and tag. You don't know the last day you did. Just one day, you just woke up going to work one day.
That's real.
Yeah, shit.
That's real talk.
I was just playing tag yesterday.
Yeah.
Now I got a goddamn W-2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the shit progresses. As you get older, shit progresses. And before you know, you're a grown ass man, and now here go this little ass young woman that thinks that she's grown, trying to play this grown game, and vice versa. You got a young ass boy that for some odd reason, mama done told him every day, you the man of the house. 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 Now you get with this 30, 35, 40 plus year old woman, and your mama done told you the man of the house. Now you think you the man. You can handle this grown ass woman. And you can't handle this grown ass woman. This grown ass woman got grown ass woman needs. I need my bills paid. I need my ass waxed. I need all this shit I need a couple dollars. I need this. I want this. You can't. I can do it my damn self, but he go to PlayStation. Here go a couple dollars, go get you an outfit. Here go a couple dollars, get you something to eat. Here go a couple dollars, have fun with your friends. But it's a string attached to that.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. But that's not part of the discussion. You know what I'm saying? What are you grooming that young man to?
It was understood, don't gotta be explained. That's what they say.
I mean, we say a whole lot of shit out here in these streets, but that don't make it like we understand, but at the same time, like, but we need to discuss this though. You know what I'm saying? Even though I understand it,
fine print says
I need a little bit more info on that. But
fine print says what's understood don't gotta be explained. That's what the fine print when you get in this shit.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
You know,
but you get the young women that pursue, like you say, when they pursue older men, like it could be older men that don't even look at that as like, I'm not attracted to this young girl, but since she's approaching me, it's a good time. Let me have a good time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I pretty much think that she's in it for a good time.
Not for a long term.
You know what I'm saying? No, even if it's like her little financial, like little trips or something she want to do, or maybe she might genuinely like you. You know what I'm saying? In some cases, it does happen, but for the most part, it's like I've never pursued a younger girl. So these older men that do that, it's a little creepy for me. It's a little weird. Cause like they say, well, what you pursuing her for? Y'all ain't got nothing in common. Y'all in two different stages of life, and this, that, and the third.
You don't know that.
I mean, but everybody like a good time.
Shit, she watched Pornhub. I watched Pornhub. Well,
I mean, I'm just saying. Like, I'm just saying. Like, that's the talk that needs to be talked.
She like dressing nice. I like dressing nice.
Yeah, for sure. She like going out. I
like going out. I may not be able to stay out as long as she can, but shit, I may be like, hey, baby, it's 10:30. Baby, it's 10:30. You know I gotta take my medication at 11.
Exactly. And then you have the women that say, well, y'all need to mess around with women that knows the signs of a stroke, because y'all mess with these young girls, you got a stroke and you'll die.
I do need that one.
And I'm like, I understand that.
Yeah, I need to make sure my pills is in that damn little container that say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. For sure. I don't need the shit being empty.
For sure. But that's my responsibility. Let me take care of that situation. But the younger the younger women, it's a good time, bro. I don't do it, but it's just the fact that it's a good time, man. Like that's all it is.
I mean, if I was dating a younger woman, I wish I'm not dating a younger woman. My girlfriend I'm dealing with now, we're pretty close. We're like 7 to 8 year difference.
Okay.
But if I was dating a much younger woman, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm bringing. Hey, Jay, what y'all doing today? All right, we coming over, and you ain't never met her before. I'll make sure she come over today so you can see what I got.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, look at this.
Okay.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah, okay. I still got it.
All right.
Yeah, I still got it.
You man.
And guess what we doing when we leave?
You man. Exactly.
I'm only gonna be there. I'm only gonna be doing it for like about 10 minutes. Yeah. But that ain't for you to know.
For sure.
Just know that when I leave here, I can't, because I was on to get off topic a little bit. I was online earlier. It's probably a topic I want to talk about too later on. Maybe not today, but there's another topic I want to talk about later on. Is a guy made a post on Facebook asking women, how long should a man last in bed? One woman said an hour. I said, an hour straight? Or an hour and 7 days? Shit, an hour straight. And one said 2 hours. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. God damn, 2 hours? I mean, does that include a break in between? Because you get with a younger woman, and y'all gonna be having sex. Her estrogen is high. Your testosterone is coming down a little bit.
Okay.
And shit, I'm like Bernie Mac.
Fun though.
I'm like Bernie Mac. Like, well, how much more can I do while I'm up in here? Like, shit, there's only so much you can do while I'm up in here and shit before I catch a cramp. I'm gonna catch a cramp in my stomach. My thighs gonna cramp up on me and shit like that. I'm gonna try not to be no punk and try to keep going till I can't go no more. And I just get up and start walking with a limp. Yeah, I ain't walking up and down the hallway trying to walk.
Oh man. Oh man.
I'm walking up and down the hallway trying to walk this cramp out. I'm stretching, trying to get this motherfucker out my stomach and shit.
I feel you, bro.
Yeah, shit. It's some things that I just is shit.
I mean, I'm me personally. When she say I'm good, like that's just me. That's just me.
When she say you good, what you mean?
When she say she good,
she done or she ready?
When she good, she done.
Well, what about when you catch that cramp?
I don't catch no cramp. I'm always ready for the fight. Like, understand what I'm saying? Like,
I'm ready for the fight.
I'm always ready for the fight. So my thing is like
I don't mind retreating.
I
don't mind retreating.
Retreat. Like, okay, so when the woman asked this, this is just my opinion.
He retreated.
This is my opinion. When the woman asks how long should sex last, it can last 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. It can last 2 minutes. However, the things done before the 2 minutes actually start is what capitalized in the moment. It's like if you kind of like, it's like a mental thing. Like when y'all flirt or whatever, like in a relationship, like you flirt or whatever, like it could be texting. Y'all could plan this session to happen. You know what I'm saying? Then when y'all get together, like it's a vibe that you create. Then you start, you know what I'm saying? You might touch her leg or something at the restaurant or whatever under the table. And, you know, she get a little uncomfortable. And you know what I'm saying? Not uncomfortable like in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? Like you do little things to like warm her up. And then too, like foreplay is crazy. That shit can go on for a whole hour. So that 2 minutes, she ain't gonna even understand this 2 minutes was just 2 minutes. Because the foreplay for an hour is what had the motor running. So once you get in there and then boom, she busts, she done. See, the reason why women got a problem with this shit is because they not having their orgasms. That's why it's such a big problem for them.
But then when you that older guy dating that younger woman, she gonna want more than just that one orgasm.
You gotta know what you signed up for.
Yeah. She gonna want more than just that. She gonna want more than just that one. And I gotta go out here, cut the grass, trim the hedges, put down the mulch, and now you want me to come in here for an hour and a half, 2 hours too, and go to work in the morning too?
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Oh shit.
You gotta do it.
Oh shit. Here's what you do. Warm yourself up. Get yourself warm.
No, man.
Get your rolls. Warm yourself up. And when I get done cutting grass, putting down the mulch, doing the hedge clippers, power washing shit, and when we get done watching our show, we gotta watch our show and our lazy boys separately.
Okay.
And all right, there we go. Now we 3 minutes in. I'm done. You done. We get them to go to work the next day. That ain't good enough.
No. It's not.
That ain't good.
It's not.
Damn.
It's not, man. It's not. It's got to be epic. It's always got to be epic.
Damn, but I just trimmed the hedges.
It don't matter, man.
I just cut the grass.
It don't matter.
I blew the dead grass out the new grass.
It don't matter.
And I still got to do an hour and a half, 2 hours.
It don't matter. It's always got to be epic.
And I got to go to work in the morning.
It's always got to be epic.
All right, don't come in here with them box, don't come in here with no boxer panties on.
They can do that too.
No, you can't want me to do all this extra and here you come in here with the minimum. You gotta stimulate my mind. I'm an older guy.
All right, I get what you saying.
Yeah, I want you to do what they do on Pornhub. I want you to do what they do in all them other movies. That's what I don't come in here somebody like you can't do that then. I want the stuff. I want that stuff too. And it go 20 minutes. Pornhub videos go 20 minutes.
They do, but they edit it. They edit that.
I don't see the edit.
And he not gonna see it. Because he done bust a couple times, and then they just like, okay, we gonna flip this scene. Like, you notice they was doing it in this position, now they in a whole different position. This motherfucker done bust, bro, and they gotta go over here and do this position now. Like they edit it so they make it look longer. But for real. For real though. Like
now, have you ever dated a much younger woman or a much older woman before?
I mean, damn, I don't really like even speaking on that, but I have dated a younger girl. I have, and it was like I said, it was a good time. It was fun. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was, and it wasn't even a date thing. It was like a little hookup, and it was done and over with. But that was cool. Now, oh yeah, this ain't gonna get me in trouble because I ain't saying no names. But like when I was 15 years old, man, I was messing around with this 26-year-old.
See, I knew it was something about you when I got it was something about you like I want to be like Jay.
No. Okay. Now let me.
I want to be like the Joker.
Okay, let me say this though.
I wish I was 15 or 26.
At the time, this lady, all my boys in the neighborhood wanted to. They was like, man, she bad. This, that, and the third. And I was like, yeah, she is. But like, I'll babysit her kids. Like, I didn't look at her like that. And then she had a baby by a dude that was married, and he used to come over there. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even look at her like that. Now, when it did happen, I ain't really say nothing to nobody, and it was a continuation of it going on.
I wouldn't say nothing either.
So, but to me, I was the man, and I felt like I was the man, like for real, because I'm messing around with this older woman. Now, she was showing me a whole lot of stuff. She was giving me books to read. She was showing me all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I appreciate her teaching me that because I can use it later on in life. However, in all honesty, I didn't understand I was being molested at that age.
Right.
Because as a young man, I didn't look at it that way.
And the society don't look at it that way either.
They don't. So in that case, it's kind of like I'm the man, I'm doing this, that, and the third. But it's like when you really sit down and do the therapy behind this shit, I was like, damn, man, I was taking advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was 11, it was a 15-year-old girl. She hit me up on the folding lawn chair, man. And I was like, okay, what is we doing? You know what I'm saying? I didn't know no better.
Right.
But this is my life.
Yeah.
I didn't know I'm the man because these older women.
Right.
But no, bro. This is not because if it was a 26-year-old man on a 16-year-old girl, let's do the R. Kelly situation.
Yeah. That's completely like I said, society dictates what's accepted and what isn't accepted.
For sure.
So that's what society
for sure.
Society dictates everything that goes on in this, at least in this country. Society dictates. If enough people don't like something, it's not going to be liked and it's going to be against the law. If enough people want to accept something, and it's going to be accepted and it's going to be allowed.
They're going to pass it.
Like marijuana, for example. Alcohol, for example. So, it was more people that accepted and was willing to deal with marijuana than those that didn't. Than those won. It was more people that finally accepted alcohol for what it was, because it was for money, of course, than those that, with the old little white woman that would go around and breaking barrels of liquor shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Society dictates a lot of shit, and unfortunately, we live in a double standard world. Our world is a double standard world that we live in. At least in this country, we live in a double standard country.
Definitely.
If you ever date a woman, married to a woman, anything like that, and you decide, baby, stay home, I got you. I'm gonna be the man, I got you. But let this woman, even though it's the best thing for your household, and your woman say, baby, stay at home, take care of the kids, I got this. And the minute you sit there and say, my wife does all the work, what kind of man are you? What kind of man are you to let some woman go to work and pay all the bills and you don't do nothing?
You ain't a real man.
That's what society dictates, but that ain't what your household dictates. You know what I'm saying? And
even society gonna get in your house.
Yeah, if you allow society to get in your house,
it's gonna get in your house. It's gonna play on you.
It is. It definitely is. And the way society that just a court of public opinion and all that shit. And even going back to, like you said, you was dating messing around with a much older woman when you was a teenager. I remember years and years and years ago when I worked at the airport. It was this lady. I was like 20. She was like 48. And boy, She I ain't gonna say no names. I probably don't even remember her name. I don't even remember her name. But this before I was married, and this lady, Delta was at the airport at this time, but they was under a contract service called Miami Air.
Okay.
So Delta plane would come in, but it was a contract service Miami Air that would service the plane. And this lady was a gate agent. And one day I come up there to give her it was something I had to come there and talk to her about. And when I went up there one day, she went from behind the desk and she was sitting in the chair and she just opened her legs. And I'm like, shit, I ain't no punk. I ain't none of this shit here. Don't threaten me with a good time.
What was that movie that lady did that?
9.5 weeks?
No, I think it was Michelle Pfeiffer. It wasn't 9.5 weeks. This was way before then.
It was way before,
man?
Is it
Basic Instinct?
Maybe it was Basic Instinct.
And she did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was one of them type.
Yeah.
Okay.
She did that shit and I was like, damn, I ain't no punk or nothing like this and shit.
So you knew she was doing it.
Yeah. She ain't had no panties on. She was like old girl in Boomerang.
So she been throwing you hints and you just wasn't catching it.
I caught that one.
Yeah, that was the extreme.
I mean,
she been doing it before. She was throwing them hints.
Yeah, she probably would, but I caught that one. Okay. I was like we said, when you younger, as a young adult, you don't know the games that this older person, the grown person is playing. Right. You don't know this until they finally say, all right, goddamn, motherfucker, here it is. Yeah. And okay, I got you now. And every day at work, boy.
Hey man, I'm this age and I still don't know sometimes. Like for real.
Yes.
Unless you grab my hand and take me, I'm like, well, what are we doing?
Yeah. I
done missed opportunities, bro.
Man.
On some real shit. Like
I find myself telling my girl, this one lady, this, that, that's because she like you. No, she don't like me.
See, they be knowing.
Yeah, she don't like me. She was just this, or she was just, no, she trying to give you the, no, she not. I'm telling you. And she be like, yes, she is. And I'm in my mind, no, she ain't. And then I sit there and I think about it. Like, damn, she wasn't she? I didn't know. And that's how slick older women are, regardless of how old they are. That's how slick a lot of these women are. That's gonna throw you all type of innuendos, gonna throw you all type of hints, gonna throw you everything. And because as a man, we think logically, we think like, tell me up front, and you don't do the shit. That ain't what that was. That goes from the young age to adulthood. That ain't what she just my friend. Nah, she ain't just your friend. But dating I never really dated. Well, I never actually dated like the girl I'm with now. Like I said, that's the biggest age gap I've ever dated with. But the woman at the airport was the biggest. She was like 48, and I was in my 20s, maybe like early 20s, maybe like just coming out of 19 to being 20, 21, and that was like that was the biggest age gap. Where it came to dating a much older woman. Cause I think her son was my age and he was going to jail. Yeah, he was going to jail for some dope.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, shit, you got son issues.
Yeah,
and I'll be your son.
Because that's basically what they really looking for.
Yeah,
like these women, do they want to take care of you, or is it just like a good time? Like you don't know, but go with the flow. Like the little young chick, it's a 17-year difference. It was a 17-year difference between us. And I was like, no, I'm putting it off.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm not trying to do this. Like, I was like, I'm not trying to mess around with this girl. But she just kept on just putting me in situations, just talking to me crazy. Then she said the one thing like, You scared of this pussy? I was like, oh hell no! Nah. Like we not about to do this.
You ain't about to
we not about to do this. Nah, I ain't nah. And that's like, I shouldn't have said that right now because somebody might try to threaten me with that. But yeah, I couldn't handle that. Like saying that. I'm like, nah, man, what? So it happened.
Threatened me with a good time.
Just like. It was what it was, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool.
But I think
she wasn't here though.
Right.
She wasn't emotionally ready.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you used to dealing with a certain type of caliber of people. Mm-hmm. Like everybody's different. Everybody's different. Every person you interact with is different.
Yeah.
Like just being like you being a single man, you may run into a woman who's been married twice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And in her 2 marriages, like this woman has never had an orgasm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you've been married for how long? Like this first marriage was 7 years. This marriage right here was 12 years. Like this woman's never had an orgasm through having sex. So then you mess around and make her do it. It's like you know what I'm saying? Like it's a whole different experience. And now she like
you want gravy on your mashed potatoes.
You see what I'm saying? And now it's like it can become a stalker situation.
Here she is in the kitchen with flour and cast iron pans, stirring the motherfucking gravy up on shit.
Yeah, like stuff like that happens to where it's like, and I didn't realize this like till I got older. Yeah. Like what's really going on out here, and it's kind of like I'm just having fun,
right?
Like I'm not looking for nothing. Like I'm not trying to pursue anything. Mm-hmm. I'm dating without a purpose. You know what I'm saying?
I've been there.
So I'm just saying, like it's like the stuff they got going on out here. Like if it's a 21-year-old, like I wouldn't mess around with a 21-year-old. I wouldn't say I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't. Depends on where her head is.
Yeah, I mean,
am I looking for that? No.
I learned a long time ago, never say never. I learned a long time, never say never, because depending on where I'm at in my mental state and depending on where we at when the shit happen, I might just say, fuck it, come on, 21-year-old. I may just, ideally, would I do it? Hell no.
It's legal.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Legal.
It's legal.
But like we said earlier, you know, if I'm dating somebody and I know how old I am and I got a my chart now, I do need you to recognize a stroke and a heart attack. If my whole left side just go numb, I need you to know I ain't playing. I ain't playing. You know, if I start feeling tingly and one side is doing this and doing that, and I start clutching, I need you to know the signs. I don't need you to ask me where we going for dinner tonight. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you, you know, telling me you going on a girls trip with your friends. I'm sitting here dying.
For sure. Yeah. For sure, they need to know these things. They do need to know
you need to know these things. I don't need my pill, my pill capsule that has Monday, Tuesday. I don't need that shit empty.
Right.
I need to be filled. So help me
take it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Charles, Reggie, you taking pills, Reggie? Reggie taking pills. All right, I heard you. You know, shit. But nah, if I was single and a 20-something-year-old came to me and was like, I'm trying to give you this pussy. I'm like, God damn, why you say it like that? Why you say it like that? Was I No, you wasn't disrespectful. I'm just like, shit. Like, damn, I'm like, fuck. All right, then. All right, then, and shit. You know, cause I had one girl a long time ago, not too long ago. I didn't act on it, but she young as hell, like 20-something years old, and she said, you know, when I get this pussy, niggas, they go crazy. Like, well, shit, they must not have been my age. There ain't nobody 50 going crazy over well, I ain't gonna say nobody, but for the most part,
they got dudes out here our age.
Yeah, but for the most part, nah. I gotta go to work every day. I ain't got time to chase your ass wondering where the fuck you at. Mm-hmm. I got bills to pay. I ain't got time to give your ass no goddamn money, and my motherfucking mortgage is due. My phone bill is due. My motherfucking water bill is due. I ain't got time. Shit, if you just so-called fit in, okay, I got time. I got you. I had to break it down to her on the type of niggas that she been fucking with compared to the niggas that she ain't came around to yet.
Ooh,
you know
boy.
what I'm saying?
Ooh, boy, that's the kicker right there.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah, you ain't dealt with a grown ass man.
Nope.
A grown ass man ain't putting no type of ass in front of his responsibilities. I'll be damned, my credit score go from an 800 to a 620 because I'm trying to satisfy your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'll be damned if I'm gonna call off work to come take you to work. Nah, I ain't.
That didn't even make sense to me. But
it don't make sense. For them, it's the shit that makes sense.
No, that don't make sense to me. For me to miss work to take you to work.
Yeah.
Nah, bruh, you messing up my money.
Yeah, nah. A grown ass man don't fuck up his money for no one. I mean, even though I can't be with you, no matter how much I may want to just trick with you, I got a woman at home. And you gonna cost me too goddamn much money and too much goddamn head stress and too much every goddamn thing.
And some men is willing to take that.
Yeah, like shit. You cost too goddamn much.
It's men out here that's willing to take that. I work with them.
Yeah.
Nobody that I know personally. I hear stories. Let me say that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know, man. You gotta be mature minded.
Yeah.
When you dealing with them young girls,
you got to.
Like for real. I wouldn't recommend men do it. But then again, they know what they doing. Them girls know what they doing. They when they messing with you, when they converse with you, when they texting you, when they interacting with you, they know what they can get out of you.
Yeah.
So if you fall into that category as a trick, they know what they got.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They know what they got. Then you got the one dude who might see her and hit her every now and again.
Yeah.
She chase him.
Yeah.
But she know, like, you buying her breakfast over here, you doing this, that, and the third. But this dude over here is like, I can't get him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The young boy in here, he trying to flash his cash.
Yeah.
The old dude, he's sitting over there, he just like, yeah, come on over here and play if you want to.
Right.
Mm-mm. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna send you back over there.
This ain't the game you want.
This ain't the game you want.
Yeah, this ain't the game you want. And that go with even the the most older women, when some of these guys think that, oh shit, I'm hitting this bitch. Nah, she got you. Hook, line, and sinker. She got you. Who car you in? Oh, she at work, so she let me grab the whip. Oh, okay. Oh, you got a new outfit? Where you get the outfit? Oh, I'm laying it down on her. And she wouldn't got me a new fit from Puffer Reds.
Puffer Reds.
Yeah, she got me a new fit from Puffer Reds.
Right.
I'm like, damn, for real? Like, yeah, shit. I don't went on StockX and got some new shoes too. You've been set up. This is a setup for the overplay for the underlay.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the minute you sit up there and you don't do what she wants you to do, she's gonna take all this shit back from you. You're gonna be like Jody. Baby, somebody stole the car. I know where they at. Jody, I stole the car, Jody.
And as a man, that's not a good position to be in.
No, no.
Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah.
That's not a good position to be in.
And I just think, every person got to be their own person. When it comes down to it, you can't give nobody control over you if you can help it.
Agreed.
You can't give that person that control over you.
Agreed.
And shit, well, I ain't gonna give you no pussy. All right, well, shit, it's 10 billion other pussies out here I can hit, or another, or even a female. I'm gonna take this dick away from you. Well, shit, it's 10 million. Well, it's 7 million other ones because the other 3 may be gay. But
it's true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's true. And it is what it is.
Yeah, it's just, this shit is the world we live in is getting more and more and more complex every single day.
It's supposed to, though.
Every day.
It's supposed to. It's supposed to do that.
Man.
It's supposed to do that.
And why do you think it's supposed to do that?
I mean, it wouldn't be life if it wasn't complicated.
Uh-huh.
Like, it has to be complicated. Like, at some point, problems have to be solved. Like, adversity has to happen. That's why we have these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, the house that you live in right now, somebody got tired of sleeping outside.
Right.
And they decided, let's build a house. You know what I'm saying? Like it was tough and they made it easier. Now you done built this house. Now you got to pay to keep this motherfucker together. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always some shit that's going to come with it. Like for real. Like it's always going to be adversity and probably like life is always got to be complicated. Okay, you save up this money and it was a grind to save up that money. Mm-hmm. You done went and bought this house or this car. Now it's a grind to keep this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like it never stops. So this is life for us. So all you got to do is just kind of be like, all right, how do I maintain this shit, but maintain my sanity? Mm-hmm. And once you figure that out, it's this thing, it's this word that everybody it gets away from everybody. It's this word, it's called peace. Yeah. When you learn how to maneuver and maintain all this shit, then you can find peace. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because they say the pursuit of happiness. Yeah. We've been happy. What happened to it?
You stopped pursuing it.
No.
You didn't stop pursuing it?
When you said, if I get this, I'll be happy. Yeah. And when you get it, you happy. Right. But you're not happy no more.
Because you stopped pursuing happiness.
Did you?
If you got what you thought would make you happy, and then all right, now I'm cool with it now. Now you're not pursuing happiness no more.
So are you happy?
No, I guess not.
Okay, so it was all some bullshit. Like, for real. Like, so I don't pursue happiness. I want peace. Right. Where I'm at right now in my life is peaceful. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's just, I made it that way though. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm an older dude, bro. Like I had to minimize some shit. Like you say, dealing with the younger women, like you got to come out some money. Mm-hmm. You got to get out here and spend. Well, I don't like draining my well like that. Mm-mm. Okay. So if I have to drain my swamp in order to hang with this, I guess I'm not gonna do it. Right. I can't. Because once you drain my swamp, you're gonna go to another state. Yeah. And drain somebody else's swamp. Like you have that ability.
Yeah, you know, because my father told me a long time ago, the best thing, well, my father and my grandfather told me this, the best thing you could do for a broke person is not be broke with them.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We can't be broke together now. I can't keep giving you all my shit. I'm going to be broke, you going to be broke, and you ain't going to want me, and I ain't got you.
And somehow or another, they happy with it.
Yeah, because they on to the next person.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they on to the next person, and the next, and the next, and the next, and the next.
Yeah. Yeah. But they figured out they hustle.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You just got hustled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, we've had friends like that growing up, man. Them friends that just constantly leached off of you or whatever. You know, the dude at work, you know what I'm saying? Like, can I smoke with you? I didn't understand that terminology when I used to be, smoke cigarettes. Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, man, can I smoke with you? I was like, cool. So I'm out there, I'm firing up my cigarette, I'm smoking. I'm looking over him like, where's your cigarette? He's like, hey, can I get one of yours? I'm like, nigga, you just said, can you smoke with me? I thought, it's free. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to know what you
said. I thought you were pouring your cigarette out. I got my, you want my lighter?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But my lighter is cool because I'm going to get that back that you want to smoke out of. This is not a party pack, bro. Like, these motherfuckers damn near $10 a pack now. But these are the people in our lives that, like, this dude, you smoke cigarettes, my guy, but every day. And then if I ain't got it, he going to come over to Mo. Hey, Mo, you got a cigarette? Uh-huh. So Mo going to give him a cigarette because I gave him one yesterday. Then he going to go over there to Andre. Then he going to go over there to Susan. Then he going to go over there to Olivia. And this man will smoke every day on every break. And ain't bought a pack of cigarettes.
Not now one.
I don't want to be them kind of people.
Nah,
I can't be.
Cause them type of people, like I can't remember exactly how Shannon Sharp said it, but them type of people don't have. I'm probably paraphrasing this, but they don't have a limit on how much they're gonna ask for. I have a limit on what I can give. But they don't have a limit on how much they're gonna ask for.
That's true though.
You know what I'm saying? And as long as you keep giving it, shit, I'm gonna keep. As long as you keep giving, I'm gonna keep asking. I don't have a limit. I got a limit. I got 20. I got 20 cigarettes in this pack at $10 a piece. This whole pack is $10 a piece, and there's 20 cigarettes in here. Mm-hmm. And shit, when I turn around, I ain't gonna have none. And when I don't have none, you ain't gonna want to talk to me no more. You ain't gonna have shit to say to me no more. When I got something, then you won't want to talk to me. I don't need you in my. I don't need you in my life. I don't need you in my circle. I don't need you in none of that shit.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
you know. But I do believe that. Well, one, I do want you back on the podcast again. It's a whole lot of shit.
Oh, I'm cool.
It's a whole lot of shit.
I'm good.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That I'll be, that I want to, continue talking about. And I think that this has been even a greater topic that I may even want to touch on again some more.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And if I can get you back on here, yeah. I want you back on here. Yeah.
Let me say this real quick though.
Go ahead.
For everybody out there who listening that got a problem with older men with younger women. Nah, I'm gonna say this. And I know y'all gonna be getting a little mad at me. Some of y'all. You have to understand.
That's why we off the clock.
It was a 15-year-old girl that had a baby by another entity. And that entity gave her to a 35-year-old man.
Mm-hmm. So
that was a 20-year difference. So kind of look at that. And this is in your Bible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Joseph and Mary.
Yeah.
And Mary got a statue. I think Joseph needs one too.
I don't even know what Joseph would look like. They don't describe him.
No, they don't. Because you gotta remember, Joseph was the first stepdaddy.
Yeah.
And guess who? He was a stepdaddy to who?
To the Savior of the world.
Man, shit. Could you imagine if your stepchild father was God? How do I step up to the plate on this shit here? He said, "Let there be light," and there was light. He said he is the Savior of all. I mean, could you imagine being the stepfather of God's child? He needs a statue.
I agree with you.
Joseph needs a statue.
I agree with you.
Because if any woman today come to you and say, "I'm pregnant and I ain't have sex," and it ain't your baby,
where they do that at?
That's my point.
Okay.
Joseph need a statue. And it wasn't no Murray involved. Murray wasn't even around. And he said, okay. All right, I'll be the step. I'm gonna raise baby Jesus to walk around here and spread the word. And it's not my child. It ain't my child. It's God's child. Mary got a statue. If I was Joseph, I want a statue too.
He need one.
I want a statue. Matter of fact, change the Pope's name to Joseph. Joseph the 5th, Joseph the 10th, Joseph the something.
I agree with you.
Give Joseph something.
I agree with you on that.
Give him something. I'm like, damn, Joseph. I'm a stepfather too. Joseph deserves it.
They forgot about
it.
They forgot about
it. They played Joseph. They played Joseph. Joseph needed.
Yeah. We talk about Abraham, David, Isaac. We talk about all these great men in the Bible, but Joseph,
he raised Jesus.
Was the stepdaddy
of Jesus to God.
Yes.
I'm like, damn. All right, give Joseph a statue. Put it next to Mary. And when Christmas comes about, stop just having baby Jesus in some straw with Mary and the disciples. Put Joseph there too.
They took Joseph out the picture, bro. It's the Mother, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, like the Spirit. And we don't want this man.
You gotta say, and Joseph. Gotta say, and Joseph. The Holy Spirit and Joseph.
And Joseph.
You gotta say, ... and Joseph.
I got you.
But yeah, man, these older men, these older men dating these younger women, these older women dating these younger men, they had a place in this world.
You like who you like.
Yeah. They got this place in the world, man.
Just don't damage the people.
Right.
That's all I ask is if you an older man dating a younger woman, teach her some things. Like if you're an older woman dating a younger man, teach him some things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be out here just putting this pussy on him, and you got his head fucked up, and then you out here just putting dick on this young girl. Now you got her head messed up. Like, teach them some life skills, man.
Like, you got this young boy walking around here saying, "I want to smell my finger."
Yeah, like
smell my finger. I just got some. Hey, I just got some. Smell my finger.
Don't do that.
And then you got this young girl. I got my nails done, my hair done, and my toes done, and then you don't even realize all of them. Your nails and your toes is in white. White toes for the whole.
I knew you was gonna do that. I knew you was gonna do that.
That's why it's off the clock with Mo. We off the clock with it. We off the clock with it, man. We off the clock with it, man. You gotta tell the truth for what the truth is. Right. Yeah, shit, right. Baby, what you want me to put on my toe? Something white. That's it. But I want the French tips.
Don't put the white on your toe. The white make your big toenail look big as hell. And everybody know, I know, you know what I'm saying? When they put that white on their big toe, that big toe look big. Don't put that white polish on your big toe.
I'm like, shit, but
white and yellow, don't do it.
Man, but I think this has been a great podcast, man. And I really appreciate you, you showing up, giving your input. Because I didn't know a lot of the shit that you had went through, when you first came to Taylor from Detroit, from Buffalo, and this right here, cleared up a whole lot of shit.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
And now I understand why you were so silly,
man.
You know what I'm saying? I understand why you had the high top fade with the heart in it,
man.
But like I said, I appreciate you, and we gonna do some more podcasts together,
definitely.
And I just appreciate Jay Howell for coming on. So make sure everybody, comment, like, subscribe, and we got a few more conversations, in the pipeline.
For sure.
So thank you everybody for showing up and watching this podcast, and thank you, Jay Howell, for showing up.
My pleasure, sir.
Oh, yeah.
My pleasure, sir.